Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to share more details about the LMS application, in which I've also introduced some very interesting new features. This time, we'll talk about roles and how I customize the content accessible to users based on their roles and profiles. In this application, everything displayed depends on each user's profile, ensuring that they only have access to content aligned with their progress in the courses and lessons. To start, let me explain that in the Users table, we have a row owner to protect and personalize the included information. This ensures that all the data is more private. Thanks to this and other elements I'll show you later, when users access the main page of the application, each user can see all the courses, but not in the same way. For instance, some courses appear as completed or started, while others might show as courses the user hasn't enrolled in, courses they are enrolled in but haven't started yet, or courses they need to continue because they've already completed some lessons. All of this dynamically changes depending on the user accessing the system. To achieve this, I've used arrays to include IDs and applied the trebuchet method. For example, when a user enrolls in a course, their ID is captured and added to this array. How do I accomplish this? With a workflow. In this case, the user profile row is selected, and when a click is detected, it assigns the lessons using this array. The same applies to the IDs of enrolled students. This way, the user's ID is added to assign them the corresponding classes and courses. If we check the courses table, we can see that certain values change based on the lessons completed by the user. For instance, lessons completed by a user are calculated using a roll-up, summarizing the values of a relationship tied to the date when students completed the lesson. Following this, I use an if-then-else logic. If the value is 0, it shows start. If it's less than the total number of lessons, it displays continue. And if it equals the total number of lessons, it displays finished. As you can see, I also track the time spent on completed lessons. This is done through another relationship that references another if-then-else to calculate the time spent and sum it up. Of course, with another if-then-else, I indicate that if the total course time equals the time spent, a congratulatory message is displayed. This triggers the awarding of a badge and an encouragement message if the badge hasn't already been earned. If we move to the lessons table, you'll see I've also introduced user-specific columns that display only the information relevant to the logged-in user. This includes whether the video status is complete or incomplete, depending on whether the user's video progress is 0.9 or greater. I also capture information about the completion date for each user and whether the lesson completion button has been pressed. To make it visually clear for the student, the interface indicates whether they have completed the lesson. This way, as you can see, only each user's information is displayed, except for administrators, who have access to progress data for all users in the corresponding section. Here, I show how using the administrator role allows access to this information. I hope this explanation demonstrates how to protect user data without relying on factors like visibility, which isn't as secure. Thanks to the array and the trebuchet method, this application works seamlessly. I hope this demo helps you visualize how I developed this application. Any feedback is more than welcome. Until next time.